NBC News projects the Democratic candidate, former Senator Sherrod Brown, just won his primary in an attempt to win back the seat he lost 2 years ago in November. And in Indiana, Trump wants these 7 Republican lawmakers out after they all voted against his redistricting efforts last year. But how much sway Trump still has is very much a question looming over voters. Here's what some of them told NBC's Shaquille Brewster throughout the day.
This whole, we're going to primary anybody that comes in and says that they're not. I mean, I'm absolutely not for that. I mean, that's just vindictive.
I felt that Indiana should have district to the point where it would make my voice not canceled out, being here in the south side of Lake County. And my representative didn't think so. And I just came out here to show my disapproval.
If Trump endorsed them, I voted for him.
As always, let's start off with NBC's chief data analyst, Steve Kornacki, at the big board. Steve, great to see you. Indiana, what's it looking like right now, and what are we looking for?
The Trump forces, the president and his allies, are having a big night so far in Indiana. You're looking, these are state Senate districts here that the Trump side has targeted. Generally, these are incumbent state senators who voted against the president in his bid to have the Indiana congressional map redrawn last year. Trump said he'd try to take them out in primaries, and the pink means that the Trump side has won. And so you can see already now 2 victories for the Trump side, 2 incumbents taken out. This is Travis Holdman. He's not just an incumbent, he is a member of the Republican State Senate leadership in Indiana. And you can see NBC News has already declared he's going to lose. He's going to lose in a landslide. Also, right here, this goes from sort of the Kokomo area down to the Indianapolis suburbs. Senator James Buck, another one who voted against that redistricting, targeted by Trump. He is losing in a landslide. So that's 2 wins on the board already for the Trump side. 1 incumbent targeted by the Trump team has survived tonight. Greg Good, he has been projected to win his primary by NBC News. But I can also tell you, these other districts that you see in sort of that brownish color right here, to varying degrees, the news is bad to extremely bad in all of them for the incumbents. For instance, up here outside Chicago, look at this. Dan Durnell is a Republican state senator who voted against Trump. We got a third of the vote in there. He is down by almost 50 points. So that's 2 wins so far, 2 incumbent state senators that the Trump side has been able to defeat. That number could grow significantly higher very soon, Gadi.
Now, what is Ohio looking like?
So in Ohio, I think so much of this is just about setting the stage for the November general election. Jon Husted is the appointed incumbent senator there. Democrats are very much hoping that this is a seat that they can make competitive and win in the fall. They wanted the national party, certainly the party establishment wanted Sherrod Brown. He did technically have a primary challenger here. No surprise here. Brown's going to win that easily. So the stage is now set in Ohio for what will be a marquee Senate election this fall. Sherrod Brown, who previously had been in the Senate, lost his seat during that 2024 election when Trump won Ohio by double digits. Now Brown will attempt to win back a seat in the United States Senate. Any chance, really, that Democrats have of controlling the U.S. Senate next year, almost any chance, is going to require them to have Sherrod Brown win this seat in Ohio this fall.
And what is this going to do to the balance of power in Congress as you're seeing things shake out here?
Well, the other thing we're looking at here in Ohio tonight, some of these House primaries I could show you here on the Republican side. Sorry for all the colors here, but you could see this district here, the 9th. This is like some kind of ophthalmologist eye test or something. But the 9th district here, in fact, you're starting to see the results come in. These are Republicans who are in the primary to run against Marcy Kaptur. Marcy Kaptur is a Democratic congresswoman who's been in office since 1982. She's the longest-serving woman in congressional history, in the history of the House. This is a district that Trump carried. Republicans there are very few opportunities for him on the map this year to take out Democratic incumbents. This is one in Congress that they're hoping for. Their primaries being settled tonight. So again, a lot of stuff we're seeing tonight in Ohio is about planting seeds for what will be November in the fall when this state is so closely watched.
NBC's Steve Kornacki, thank you so much.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.